Hey guys, good evening. I don't even know what I'm filming. I think because we filmed a live the other night. Hi Huckle. We filmed a live the other night, and in that I shared that what we would be doing on Father's Day. So I was gonna do a whole vlog for Father's Day, and then I just got caught in the moment of the day and didn't film that much. So you'll see a little bit of footage from our day, but not much. So I wanted to come on and just talk about some of the feelings and some of the things about Father's Day. But overall, it was a super special day. We did not do much. I mean, for us, I hate to say it like that, but for us, you know, going to Disney is not the biggest deal. We go all the time. We're fortunate enough to have passes and we get to go often. So we waited till the very, like when it cooled off. It was like 100 something degrees. So we waited the whole day until it cooled off, and then we left to go. Got there in the late afternoon, early evening. Met up with Auntie Ashley, Uncle Brad, River, Summer, which was really stinking nice. We haven't hung out with them in a while. And we had so much fun. Ashley was very like, whatever the dads want to do. It was really nice. And we had a great day, and it was special. And the kids kept saying, whatever you want to do, Dad, it's Father's Day. I was like, you guys can pick what we do. It doesn't matter. But they were like taking it seriously. Like, well, because it's Father's Day, Dad, whatever ride you want to do, even if you want to do a scary one. I was like, I'm not going to make you guys go on a scary ride. We did that, and it was an enjoyable day. And we were there till about 11. And then we drove home. Kids fell asleep in the car, and you know, because it's summer, we get to push the boundaries a little bit on when we go to sleep and what nights we stay out. We're fortunate enough to have the whole summer off together. It's pretty amazing. So the only big revelation I had on Father's Day, you know, Jenny had a way of making everything special, and you know, I realize how much the partner does to help the kids and everything celebrate these types of days. Like, for instance, for Mother's Day, I would always help the kids pick out gifts for mommy. We would decorate, we would make cards, and there wasn't that this time. It was kind of like we woke up, it was a normal day, and the kids were just kind of doing their normal thing. I cooked breakfast for them, made lunch for them, we hung around the house, did some, like, watched a movie, did some Lego, did some normal like chores, and then went to Disney in the afternoon. But there wasn't that kind of special factor that my wife used to provide for this day. So I'm not complaining. It's just another little aspect of grief where you're like, oh, on these types of days, holidays, birthdays, Father's Day, Mother's Day, the spouse helps so much with the kids and planning and whatever that day is. And when the spouse is not here, you kind of, you know, and you know, to all the single parents out there, I feel it. You know, it's kind of, I don't know, it's a different feeling. Not to say that the day wasn't special and beautiful and amazing and just the way that I would have wanted it as far as our life now. But yeah, I certainly miss Jen during the day. And you know, she would always do like a post about Father's Day, and she just had a way with words and made you feel stinking special on your day. And but Auntie Ashley definitely filled in and made it fun, and we had a great time at Disney, and I loved seeing everybody. So that was Father's Day, and it was overall good. You'll see some footage at the end of this video if you want to stay around and watch it. I have one other thing that I wanted to share. This doesn't go along with Father's Day. This is just random, but it made me think. I went into, I've not gotten lazy, but like some nights I just don't feel like writing, and so I'll do voice memos in my phone of things that I'm thinking, things that are on my mind, grief topics, ideas that I have, and then some things that are just in my head and I can't get them out. And so I went to go record a voice memo, and I was like, I've never looked back deep into my voice memos. Let me go see what's on here. And there was a lot of work stuff that I used to record, different assessments and things, and had the date of Jenny's very first couple doctor's appointments when she got diagnosed. And I was like, I think I remember that. And I was like, should I press play? Do I want to press play? And I did. And I listened to, one of them was 35 minutes and the other one was 40 minutes. One was the very first appointment with her oncologist. And I remember how afraid we were for that appointment and how nervous we were. And Jenny's voice is so darn calm in that video, or not video, in that voice memo. It is so calming. And we get told on that voice recording that the cancer's just going to keep coming back. And that is what that sealed the deal for both Jen and I, that we didn't want to be at that institution to get her treatment. They were kind. They did all the things they were supposed to do after the fact, but that was what drove us to make that really, really scary decision that we made to switch her insurance and to switch her treatment center. And so it just made me think that I'm not an expert in this at all, but if you're going through a diagnosis and you have the opportunity to explore a second opinion, now keep in mind, second opinions usually cost out-of-pocket money. Your insurance won't cover you to go get another opinion somewhere else. So you have to be fortunate enough to be able to pay for that. I don't know. I guess what I learned from that, listening to those two voice memos, is you got to go to a place that gives you hope, and no pun intended, and you got to go to a place that makes you feel safe. And I've said this in a couple videos before, but when we walked into City of Hope, I have the recording of that somewhere. I think it's on Jenny's phone. If you could hear the difference in the voices from the doctors, not to knock on any institution, this is just, you just hear the amount of hope that filled the air when we went to City of Hope. And of course, that was her team all the way until the day that she passed. And they ended up staying true to their word and fighting for every breath that Jenny could have and trying to keep her here as long as they could for our babies. And they did that. I really feel like they did that. But I guess what the voice memo taught me, we were so scared. And I can hear it in Jenny's voice, even though she's really calm. But it's all about when you're in those early stages of waiting for PET scan results and getting your original diagnosis and waiting to hear what your treatment's going to be. That is a scary, scary time in a person's life. That was the scariest time, except for the very end. But when you get told that you have cancer, you are for sure you've got cancer, and you are for sure going to have treatment, and you for sure can't have surgery. Those were some really, really tough days. And I'm glad I allowed myself to go listen to that and hear it, because it was, again, just mind-opening to see how brave my wife was through everything. I am just so proud of her, and it didn't bring me to tears. It more so brought me this feeling of like, my wife was one strong human being. That's what I was filled with after listening to that. I thought, oh, you're going to cry after this. And I was just like, of course there was couple tears, but it was more so like, man, through the scariest appointments, my wife was like, okay, we can do this. And I don't know, it just reminded me of how long/short the journey was. Long in a sense of it felt like we were doing something cancer related every stinking day. Short in a sense of she only got 2.5 years, and I wish she would have gotten a heck of a lot longer. I don't know what the point of this is. I really don't. It's just I listened to it and I thought, well, I have to share that whatever you can do to feel as confident in your treatment plan and your doctors and your team, do it. If that's asking for a different opinion, if that's asking for a different doctor, if that's, I don't know, doing your own research on the internet. I mean, we just felt so safe when we did that second opinion and then switched over to the City of Hope. And I just, somebody asked me if we regret that. And that was, I think, the best decision that we ever made, because that team was so loving towards Jen all the way till the end. And they just wanted the best for her. And they wanted to keep her here as long as they could while also not, jeopardizing her health. And yeah, it was just hard to hear that first a couple appointments when you get told that you have cancer, right when he said it, it was like, even I got a sink in my stomach, right when he heard it. And I've heard it a million times. And I remember that day like it was yesterday, but hearing him describe the first PET scan and hearing the stage, and gosh, we were just so hit out of nowhere, caught off guard. Like, Jenny was healthy, and all of a sudden, stage 3 cancer, probably going to come back. It's probably going to take your life. I mean, it just, I don't know. When you look at the timeline, it's like such a short time in our life. And yeah, I just can't believe how cancer works, and I absolutely despise it. But I think the theme that I got from it is like, I can go through every day confident that, dude, my wife was a dang fighter, and she was strong, and she was brave, man. And I hear it in my voice too in the recording. Like, I was petrified. I was so scared to lose my wife, but I knew I had to turn it on. I had to turn on the game face, because the last thing I wanted her to feel is fear. I wanted her to feel safe, no matter what the news was. And she went into treatment ready to go. And Jen was never a person who tried to do something, half. Like, she always went for it. So as soon as she researched the chemo she was going to get and the radiation she was going to get, she researched all the things she could do to help her body recover, and how much water to drink, and how much food to eat, and how much protein to eat, and what chemicals and cleaner to use on her face and soap, and to make her body as healthy as possible. So she was just, yeah, I mean, the easiest way I could say it is the bravest person I know. So my only point in sharing this was I didn't want it to go unnoticed, and I didn't know if I'd remember, but listening to those voice memos of our first couple appointments and getting told that we have cancer, for anybody else who's going through that, I am with you, and I know how stinking scary that is. And I don't know, just find a team that you feel confident in, that you feel safe in, that you feel comfortable to ask questions in, and do whatever you can to feel safe and hopeful, because that's what you need to get through these grueling treatments. So what I originally was going to film was just like a summary of Father's Day, and it was special and it was sweet, but I obviously miss my wife, and there's a big empty hole in any of these celebrations. But then I listened to those voice memos, and I just wanted to shout out on the rooftops that my wife was brave. She is brave. She was calm. She was confident, and I'm just super proud of her. I always was through the journey. I was proud of her at every appointment. I was proud of her through every treatment. I was proud of her after every scan, after every radiation treatment, after every single thing. I was so proud, and I will continue to be for the rest of my life. So I'm just reminded all the time of why her story drew so many people in. It's because she's one of a kind, and I heard it, and I knew it when I married her, one of a kind, but even more so when faced with such adversity and fear, and something such as scary as a cancer diagnosis. She did such a great job. So stay tuned if you want to watch us go to Disney on Father's Day. I love you guys. Thanks for supporting. I don't know what my point of this was. I'm just talking, but I just wanted to share how much I admire what she did, and I will always admire that. I will always make sure the kids know how brave she fought and how confident she was even in the darkest times, she went into it with hope and grace and love and kindness. And even on the days when she was petrified, she was always kind to every single person that she came in contact with. And I know when you're stressed and you're scared and you don't know what's happening next, it's hard to be kind sometimes. And she just always did everything with kindness and grace and love. And I just want to take that as an example for everything that I do in my life from here on out. And she was the best teacher of it. So, yeah, so Disneyland, went there for Father's Day. You'll see that coming up. And thank you guys again for supporting this channel. Thank you to the new subscribers. We've gotten some new ones on here. I appreciate you for joining and following along. And yeah, I love you guys. Love this community. Love the support. Oh, I remember too. At Disneyland last night, I was like, you know, hoping for signs or whatever, and we didn't see much. Like, there was nothing that jumped out, but we got stuck on a ride at the very end of the night, me and the kids, and then a guy came over to me and he's like, "You wouldn't happen to be on YouTube, are you?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." And he said, "Oh my gosh, I'm sure you hear this all the time, but thank you for sharing your story. You're amazing. Your wife's amazing. Your kids are amazing. What you're doing is helping so many different people. I just thank you from the bottom of my heart, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, I thank you for supporting and watching and being so nice and kind. And his name was Aaron, but super nice gentleman. And I just love to hear that this channel is doing good and helping people who are either grieving or going through cancer or going through terminal illness or going through a diagnosis or going through chronic pain or going through grief, whatever it is. I just hope that it can reach some people. And when people approach us like that and give us such positive, glowing things, it's like, it just makes you feel good that this channel that Jenny started is doing what it's supposed to and reaching out to so many different people across the world. And yeah, it's just amazing. So I love you guys. I will see you soon. And thank you for watching as always. You guys know, but Jenny's one brave human being. Now a brave angel, but she's awesome. I love her. So it's Father's Day 2024, and Miss America is coming down the way. There she comes. It's Miss Winnie. She's got her Small World t-shirt tucked into that beautiful, colorful skirt. Don't forget her book she's bringing. Look at her, rainbowed out. And put those shades down and let the sun know that it can't take you down. There it is. And don't forget about the strawberry jellies, which also smell like strawberries. You are looking gorge, girl. Give me a strut. Okay, love you. Next up is Ellis. Don't count out Ellis. He's a silent man, but he comes in strong with the patterns. He's got the beautiful striped t-shirt, the beautiful lightning shorts. Don't forget the Where's Waldo books. Remember those, folks? 2. He's got 2 of them. And going with the Vans look. Ellis, you are a star. On Father's Day, he's got his shades and a backwards hat, a light t-shirt, and some rolled up jeans because it's a hot day and we are ready to party.
When we got out of the car.
Yep. I like your glasses.
Thanks. They're kitty.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually not a kitty.
How we feeling? Good? I'm tired. You guys want to go home after this? You want to go on one more ride?
Two more.
Two more?
Because Tiki Room and Star Wars.